Hello there, croeso and welcome. I'm Shadow Lummox and today I'm playing one of the PlayStation Plus essential games for July, and it is the game Arcadegeddon. This is a new release, straight into PlayStation Plus, and I like it when these free-to-play games go this sort of route. This is a team-based, it's a PvP and PVE based game. The main mode is adventure mode, which is team-based player versus enemy. You and a group, or you can do a solo, as a duo, as a trio, or as quads. You can have up to four people, including yourself. And you'll go through a series of different zones, different acts. There'll always be some objectives to do. Once you've done the objective, you'll unlock the next area and you move on. As you move on, the difficulty increases, and the number of enemies, the strength of the enemies, and sort of the coins the money you get for it, and the potential loot that you can find increases. You'll start off with a basic gun and a baseball bat, but then you'll find chests and boxes throughout the levels where you'll find new guns, and you can it'll be a little overwhelming at first. The first time you play this, there's lots of stuff that potentially drops for you, and there'll also be power-ups which will help you in your runs. And it's got a bit of a roguelite feel, and so every time you do a run, the zones you come across, the order you come across the zones, the objectives that you have to face, you have to complete in the zones change every time. So it gives you something, it doesn't get stale, and there is a lot to this game. You can increase the difficulties before you start and as you play, and they naturally go up as you progress as well. And this just helps feeling that sort of you'll start off sort of obviously quite weak, just your basic weapons. As you play, as you pick up guns in adventure mode, and as you use them and level them up, you'll then unlock them so you can start the games, so you can start your adventure mode with those guns. And it just means that the more you play, the more this game expands. The better you get at it, the higher the difficulty you can start on, and the higher level you can start with. So as I'm just starting out the game, I always have to start on Act 1 and work my way through as far as I can go. But as you progress through the game, as you do more and more higher difficulty type challenges, you'll eventually be in a position where you can start these runs on further acts. So this will allow you then to start with potentially better drops right off the bat and more points. There are leaderboards in the game as well, for weekly leaderboards for your runs, for solos, duos, trios and quads, and you'll be able to check all this in between each round. Once you've unlocked the objectives, you'll unlock the next area, and you'll get to this sort of waiting room, which I'm coming to now. This is where you can regain your life, swap abilities, maybe buy new weapons, check out the leaderboards. There's also something called a battle mode, which you can do in between each of the rounds, which are like PVP type mini games, which get you more XP and more money to use during the game. I do apologise if my voice is a little off. I am unfortunately in the middle of having COVID, but that will not stop me from playing whatever random computer games I can. And we'll go into, as you can see, going into a battle mode here, and it's, again, random what type of mode you get, what will be the objective of this mode. And in this one, it's called Freaking Lasers. me and the other player I'm playing with have these laser cannons, and the aim is just to kill as many people as you can, including your allies, who temporarily become your enemies during this section. So as I said earlier, it starts out pretty overwhelming. There's quite a lot that's thrown at you straight away, but it's a really fun game, well made. One note of warning is that there is, not that I've come across anyway, there's no auto aim. So if your aim is a little lacking, like mine, certain of these PvP modes can be quite difficult, but all in all, it's proving to be a really fun game, playing solo or playing with other people. And then as you play, and as you build up your score, you'll eventually unlock the boss fights. These are randomly generated as well, and an anomaly will appear in the level, which you must destroy, and then once you enter that zone, you can then take part in the boss fight to get extra points, better loot, get some good weapon drops and ability drops from the bosses, but they're always random. Once one person activates it, it drags the whole party in, so make sure that you and your party are ready and prepared for this. But if you die, you do get continues. This game is based on the sort of story of the game is that you are taking part in playing an actual arcade game that your uncle has created, and you're trying to stop an evil corporation from dominating the leaderboards. So you get that sort of arcade feel to it. There are continues, you get 3 continues, 2 continues I think, and yeah, just a case of keep going to build up as high a score as you can. There's also a PVP battle mode where up to 8 of you can take part in a series of team-based or free-for-all events. So you've got this sort of team-based football thing here, or soccer if you're not from Europe. Basic stuff like King of the Hill. There's other ones where everyone's got sniper rifles and it's whoever can get the most kills. And there'll be 8 of these matches in a row. You get points at the end of each round. Whoever's got the most points at the end of the 8 rounds is the winner. And it's, as I said, a mix between sort of team-based stuff, free-for-all, random objective stuff like this where you've got to destroy the floor. And then last but not least is the customization options you got available to you. What you got to spend your hard-earned money and tickets on. There's premium currency as well, but I never bother with that sort of thing anyway, because, well, I'm just too cheap to buy that sort of stuff, and I'll just play for free for as long as I can. As you can see, I've already started to unlock new weapons that I can start my adventure runs with. You've got special powers that you got through your gauntlets, and then as you level up, you'll unlock more slots to take, so you can take more powers into the adventures, and more. And you've got the plugins as well. These give you like extra health, extra shields, and all that sort of jazz. And there we have it. This is the end of my overview of this this free game that we've been given for PlayStation Plus Essential. And been having a good lot of fun with it. Good game to play with friends, or just to play with randoms online when you first start out. Teamwork and sort of knowing what you're doing doesn't really hugely matter, but then as you progress through the acts and through the difficulties, working as a team and communicating properly with people will be needed, so just be aware of that. But this can be played solo, duos, trios, quads, literally whatever you want. And it's a really good, solid game. No real control issues, no real frame rate issues, and this game gets hectic. and it handles well, plays smoothly. Basically everything you want from an online team-based shooter. So I hope you all give this a go. It is definitely worth a shot at least. And I just want to say diolch and thank you for watching.